Now, my theme was Amalfi Coast, which is in Italy, which is known for their beautiful lemon decor and their coastal vibes as well. So I thought this would be perfect for me. I love lemons and I love coastal, of course. So my first DIY, I wanted to DIY something that would look like an old urn, something that you would find in Italy to hold my lemons on my table. So what I'm going to do is combine a couple of things, a plastic party bowl from the Dollar Tree and a candlestick. But of course this is blue. I need this to be white. So I am just painting it with some spray paint. I thought that would probably be the easiest way to do this. And this is like an ivory color of spray paint. I just propped it up on the candlestick to lift it up off the box that I'm using to paint it in so it doesn't stick or anything like that. But I tried to get a pretty good coat with one coat of the spray paint. I'm also going to be texturizing this because I want it to look like really kind of a handmade urn out of ceramic. So that is one side. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over here and paint the inside as well because, of course, I'm going to be filling it with lemons. You're going to be able to see inside it too. And just to finish it off, I'm going to do all of it. You don't have to do the entire bowl, but if you're doing spray paint like I am, it's just easier to do the entire bowl. So I just painted the inside as well with that ivory paint. And I think it's like an heirloom white is the shade of that spray paint. And I also spray painted the candlestick there while I had that on there just a little bit, even though it was pretty much the same color already. Then it's time to texturize it. This was actually pretty fun. So I just took some spackle from the Dollar Tree and I am just rubbing it on the outside of this because of course I don't want it to look cheap and plastic. I want it to look like ceramic, like an old urn, something that you would see on an Italian table. And so I am just rubbing this all over and texturizing it. Since this dries white, it's going to be fine because I was going for this white color anyway, so I won't have to paint it with another coat. And I had pretty good coverage there from the spray paint. And this gave it such a cool texture. I don't really need to do the bottom. I just do the little ridge there that you might be able to see from the bottom. And then I'm going to flip it over and texturize the inside too. So same thing, I just grab a little bit of that. Now, if you don't want to get all messy, you can definitely wear gloves for this part, but I just kind of got in there and grabbed a little bit at a time and just smoothed it on the inside of the bowl. This gave me such a fun texture and really, this bowl has come really far. You cannot tell what it was before. And I just went ahead and did the entire thing for completeness. And I just made sure that the edges were done as well. And I wanted to be consistent with the candlestick that's going to be holding it up. This was already white, so that was half my battle. But if you can't find a white one, you could always paint these. And I just rubbed a little bit of that all over here too. I didn't texturize this as much, but I did texturize it a little bit so that it would be the same color and consistency as the bowl itself. Now, once I got all the spackle on there, I just dried it with my heat gun. It was actually pretty fast process to dry this. When I dried it, I would also kind of rub it a little bit if there was any extra pieces like poking out that were real jagged. If I just kind of rubbed that off, it made it look a little bit better. But I'm not going to smooth it out or anything like that. I do want it to look really rough like that. So I do the same thing here for the candle holder, and I think we're ready to put this together. So I'm just going to glue this here on the bottom. Since it is glass, I'm going to use a strong glue here. This is the Gorilla Glue Clear Grip, and I'm going to go around the outer edge where it's going to have the most contact with the plastic bowl. And I'm also going to pull a little bit of hot glue right here in the middle of my plastic bowl just for some short-term hold, but the other one's really going to make it a lot stronger. I just make sure that has some time to set up. And now we have a little urn. I think this is going to be perfect. This is just what I was wanting to display lemons on my table. So I was able to pick up 12 lemons at Dollar General for $5 and some greenery from the Dollar Tree. This is their garland. And I think the leaves are perfect for a lemon theme. So I had a partial garland that I used for something else. And so I used that first right there in the bottom, kind of give me a little bit of filler, but it also gives me a fun leaf. decor. But I wanted the entire dozen of the lemons in here, so this was perfect. Then I'm going to take my second garland and I'm just going to pull the individual leaves off. They're attached two at a time, which is fine. And I just kind of spread those around my bowl, filling up any gaps or between the lemons or any gaps between the lemons and the pot that we DIY'd. And they do have lemons at Dollar Tree too that are larger, that are $1.25. Maybe they're more expensive now. I'm not sure. But I thought 12 for $5 at Dollar General was a great deal. And so this is what it looks like. It is the perfect centerpiece for my table, I think, for summer.